Hello, good morning, good Wednesday, vlog, hump day, beautiful day. Why is it, as much as I love the sun, just dry and frazzle your hair? It's so annoying. Just dries. It's just dry. Sun, I love you. But I do wear a hat when I'm out to hide the face, hide the skin, because when you get to my age, don't need any more unnecessary lines. So I do wear a hat and it does a bit, but just the ends, just the beautiful. Men, you don't have this unless you have long hair. Ugh. Anywho, we're just going to go on to quite a few things, and loads of things coming up, which is great. But one thing that makes me laugh the most is I hold quite a lot of meetings in and around Garforth, and one of my favourite places to go is CLO for a coffee. And sometimes over the 10 years now that I've done this, I bring in people for the first time to CLO, and they've been on Main Street for a long time, but I always use it as a base. It's easy to get to, it's fairly central, and it does, most importantly, as we've done, good coffee, even at home. So I always take people there and tend to sort of sit in the window if I can find a space. But what I noticed quite a lot of time is just outside CLO there is a parking area, so you'll have a section where you can pull in and there's a bit that juts out and then a bit that parks. Nobody can park there. So it's like they can, they just can't. I mean, how? It gives me such comedy value. In, out, in, out, in, out. On the pavement, not on the pavement, a bit far out. The car's too close to the one in the front. Ooh, it's a bit too close to the back end. I come back and I come back in, and I come out and I come back in. Do you know what? If it's difficult, move on. I know in some cases people might need to be closer for needs. You know, if you've got a badge and they have to park close, but and do you know what's the funniest? It's the people with the smallest cars. But it gives me joy because I can sit and I can just pretend. They don't know I'm looking, because there's nothing worse when you're trying to park and then you're aware. But everyone's going to be aware there's people going past you in the park and people walking past you on the narrow part, because it is quite narrow outside Cielo, and it's that part where people are just waiting for their feet as the cars mount the pavement, great word, and then they come back off again. But it gives me comedy value. I'd be pretty sad if it stopped. But if you're not sure about parking or reverse parking, go try some before you come onto Main Street, because Main Street's hazardous anyway. Because the bit that irks me is when Main Street traders asked for it to be, some nipping parking, that it just did both sides rather than sensibly thinking that one side would have been better and the other side would have been yellow lines. But what do I know? Anywho, if you are out and about, out in this beautiful weather, don't walk out with I've seen too many dogs out when it's 29 degrees over the last couple of days, and just don't take dogs out till later on. They're not going to hate you for just taking them out later. They're not timed unless you've got time on them. But if you're out and about, whether you're walking on your own, walking with your dog, if you can, carry a little bottle of water, or a big bottle of water if you can manage it, or a light watering can, and anything that you see, whether it's Garforth and Bloom or incredible edible troughs, buckets, tubs, planters, please can you just water them? Because if you can imagine how many tubs and planters that we've got around with incredible edible and Garforth and Bloom, in this weather it's really hard for everyone to get to them, and obviously by the time they've got to them it's dry. So if you can, when you're walking out, just be mindful, put a bottle in your pocket and all. If everyone does it, then that'll be quite helpful. So they have asked if you could do that, that would be great. Sad news, I feel. Budgeons have got their planning application through to open it for 24 hours, which will include them to sell alcohol. Don't get it. I mean, there was quite a few objections. The local councillors objected, the police were there who objected and gave a reason as to why it's probably not a good idea, and as usual with planning, we'll just put it through anyway. And it really annoys me, because there have been a few things that I've been on the back of, again, like I mentioned last week, or the week before, if you don't, you can't sit and moan about it if you do nothing about it as such. So I've been to these places and objected, and now sort of, unless you have, there's 19,811 people that live in Garforth, unless all of them voted against something, the chances of stuff being objected and not actually happening are very slim. And it appears that no matter what happens with regards to plan application at Budgeons, to have this open 24 hours with the licence already open, it was still going to go ahead through anyway, no matter what objected, because it was just hearsay. And what's going to happen is it will go ahead, then trouble will happen, then they'll go, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. It's a bit like the dangerous road. Someone gets killed on a dangerous road and then they put traffic lights up. I'll put it out there. Just people in planning sometimes just don't see the obvious. Garforth Neighbourhood Planning Forum were out on Saturday. If you were able to get to see them between 10 and 1 on Saturday outside Dorothy Ann's, I hope you had a little chat. Hope you asked them lots of questions. But if you follow their Facebook page, they do little bite-sized summaries of all the topics and subjects that are within the policy, so you can get your head round what it means should you vote on the 29th of June for the referendum, because they've taken 6 years to get here. What does it mean for Garforth? I'm not sat on the fence about it. I'm actually all for it, because I think they could potentially bring the parish council, which I think we definitely need. And it was kicked out a few years ago, and I think if they get in, there's probably more chance of us getting that through. But not just that, there's lots of reasons, because they are looking at Garforth as sustainable and having a future. But my question, there's many questions I do have, and I'm now going to see the team on Tuesday to go and ask them questions that I've got a little bit of a pickle about with regards to the policy. Once it's in situ and it's done, then Leeds City Council tends to go, right, you've got that planning forum in now, that's your thing. What if other things come in? How does that stand against developers and stuff like that? So there's quite a few questions that I've got to ask, so I'll have more information next Wednesday on them questions, but I'm glad I've just got a meeting with them to ask. Lots of things I just want to touch on, which we have touched on in the past. The cricket, Garforth Parish Cricket Club on Green Lane. They're starting now for the All Stars and the Dynamos for kids cricket ages 5 to 8 and 8 to 11, but there is still some spaces available, so please go onto their Facebook page and inquire. All the details there, and if you scroll down and we've just shared it again today on our Facebook page. It'll go on the website, themaindeal.co.uk, where you can have a look and inquire with regards to the Dynamos and All Stars for the kids, and speak to Emma, who's also organising it. And then July, as we put on the blog on Friday, July is #SIG, I'm going to put it in, Summer in Garforth, because it's amazing. July is just, each year seems to be getting better and better, and it just means that everything that is happening, we all want to happen in the UK on the good days and the nice days, and we can't always plan that because the weather's not always on our side, but generally July and August, we hope, or June, tends to be nicer weather. So we've got so much now. Each year there's something else that just happens, so I'm going to go through it, and if you look on the blog from last Friday, and I'm going to put stuff on this Friday because there's something I missed as well. #SIG, Summer in Garforth. So the 28th of June is the Garforth Gala at Gleeblands. Then, and I think that's I want to say from 12, but it might be earlier. Then on the 8th of July, there's two things. So you've got Green Lane Primary Summer Fair, which is quite a big thing. Everybody welcome to that. And there's loads of good things, especially if you've got younger kids. And also, if you've not got tickets yet, you need to get tickets for the Lions Beer Festival, which is going to be held at the Country Club. I think it's £10 a ticket. It's 18 plus, no dogs, but you need a ticket to access that. So a beer festival, which is, there's still a thing. Not my thing, but there's plenty of people still interested in that, and so, but you do need a ticket for it, so that's another great thing that's happening. And then 15th of July, Garforth Festival, and I have been out with Becca today to put up all the posters, so we've got 4 posters up, see if you can find them, on Saturday the 15th from 10 till 5 at Garforth Leisure Centre. And 2 menopausal women putting up posters. We got them up the right way, that's all I need to say. They're up, they're tight, they're secure, they're visible, and they're up the right way. Yeah, it was fun this morning in this beautiful weather trying to put posters up, but they're up, so have a look. There's lots of stuff going on for Festival, and I'm really excited about it. It's really hard work. I can't take much credit because Jen and Rebecca, who are in the team, the JFDIers, we call them, just do it. We work hard, and they work really hard putting this together. I do what I can do and help out when I can, and put things together and ask people, and I just sort of sort the music side of things out. But Rebecca and Jen do all the stalls, all the social media, all the bar, all the treasury, all that side, and it's a lot of work. It is a really lot of work, and there's so much more to it, like ordering all the seating area, shading area, getting people involved. It's really difficult. So hats off to them too, because they make it a really, really good event. Also on the 22nd is G-Fest, and the lineup looks amazing this year. It looks really, really, really good, and we are also supporting this year. I don't know what capacity yet, but we are supporting them. But go and have a look at G-Fest website, Facebook page or Instagram page, and they're telling you all the lineup of what's on it. It just looks really, really good fun. And then on Sunday the 23rd, Leeds 2023 for Garforth, Leeds and Great Preston. Something is happening too. We're going to be part of that with a group of volunteers who are running out with some of our local creatives, which is going to be amazing over at Great Preston Hall. Keep your eye out, because we'll share all the good stuff. Remember, the stuff that just makes you happy. Have a beautiful day.